My sister told me dad cheated, so I wouldn't let him walk me down the aisle. She got exactly what liars deserve, nothing. My dad and I were inseparable growing up. He taught me how to ride a bike, went to every dance recital, and stayed up helping me with calculus homework even though he hadn't done math in 20 years. When other girls complained about their fathers missing important events, I never related because my dad never missed anything. My older sister Haley was different. She always wanted mom's attention and got jealous whenever dad and I did anything together. She'd throw fits when he came to my softball games instead of her drama club and complained that I was his favorite even though he bent over backwards trying to include her in everything. When I got engaged, the first thing I did was ask dad to walk me down the aisle. He cried and said it would be the greatest honor of his life. Haley rolled her eyes and muttered something about it being typical. 3 months before my wedding, Haley called me crying. She said she had to tell me something about dad that would change everything. She claimed she saw dad at a hotel with another woman 6 months ago. She said they were kissing in the lobby and she followed them to a room. She had details about what the woman looked like, what she was wearing, even the room number. She said she didn't want to ruin my wedding but couldn't let me have dad walk me down the aisle knowing what he did to mom. I was destroyed. When I confronted dad, he looked completely shocked and denied everything. He said he'd never cheat on mom and couldn't believe I'd think he would. But Haley had so many specifics and she was crying so hard when she told me. Why would she lie about something like that? I told dad I needed space to think. He kept calling and texting, but I ignored him. I told mom I wanted to walk myself down the aisle because I was independent. Mom thought it was weird but didn't push. Haley immediately volunteered to walk with me instead, saying sisters should support each other. The wedding planning continued, but dad was basically excluded from everything. He'd show up to vendor meetings and I'd leave. He'd text asking about my dress appointment and I wouldn't respond. Haley was right there for everything though, taking the father-daughter dance song suggestions, helping with the ceremony planning, even giving opinions on the menu tasting that was supposed to be for parents. She kept saying how proud she was of me for being so strong and not letting a cheater give me away. 2 weeks before the wedding, I ran into my dad's coworker at the grocery store. She mentioned how sad dad was about missing my wedding planning and then said something that made my blood run cold. She asked if I'd ever thanked dad for the birthday surprise he planned for mom at that hotel 6 months ago. The one where he rented out the entire restaurant and had all of mom's friends flown in. The same date Haley said she saw him cheating. I drove straight to my parents' house and asked mom about her birthday. She lit up talking about how dad surprised her with a weekend at a fancy hotel and had her college roommate fly in from Oregon. She showed me pictures from that exact day, at that exact hotel, with the woman Haley described. It was mom's friend Linda, who I'd met dozens of times. They weren't kissing in the lobby. They were hugging because Linda hadn't seen mom in 5 years. The room number Haley gave, it was the suite dad rented for the party. I called Haley immediately and asked her why she lied. She broke down and admitted she made it up because she was tired of me and dad having such a perfect relationship. She said it wasn't fair that I got to be daddy's little girl when she was the oldest. She wanted just once for me to feel like she did, left out and unimportant. She thought if I was mad at dad during the wedding, she could step in and be the important one for once. She actually said I should thank her for showing me I didn't need dad. I hung up and called my dad sobbing. He just said he knew I'd figure out the truth eventually, and that he loved me no matter what. We fixed everything for the wedding, but I didn't tell anyone else what really happened. Haley showed up to the wedding expecting to be part of the processional. Instead, she found out she'd been moved to the back row with the distant relatives. When the music started, dad walked me down the aisle just like we'd always planned. During the father-daughter dance, dad announced that he was so proud of the woman I'd become, and that he was updating his will to make sure I knew how much I meant to him. He said character and loyalty mattered more than birth order. Haley left immediately after that. The next week, dad's lawyer sent out copies of the new will. Full story on channel, link below.